Hi, this is Vaughan Smith again in Nova Scotia. After my successful video last night trying this new technology out, I decided I would do a studio tour to show you where we're actually going to do all of the videos over the coming winter period when I run classes. So this is the studio, that's the wheel I was throwing at last night. We are, like I said, we're in Nova Scotia and we're right on the ocean. So basically we have a bit of a rainy, gusty day today, but the studio sits on the water, and so basically we're open to the elements. It's a cozy building, we have it nice and heated. I run classes for 8 students at a time, and basically I do throwing and hand building. I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I've got 2 trimming wheels just there, and we have another trimming wheel which can also be used as a throwing wheel over here too. And then I have my 2 wheels where I let students throw on as well, which actually are right on the water. It looks right out at the ocean while I'm working, unless I'm teaching a class when I face into with the students. We have lots of throwing bats, slips, slab roller, and then we have workstations, tables for people who are doing hand building. It's nice and cozy, as I said. We have a fire. There's another slab roller here. We do a lot of slump molding and hump molding with classes. And there's some wraparound cylinders underneath there as well. I have 3 large damp cupboards to store work. It can be left open for drying, or just keep them closed and damp for keeping things moist. So, tables. And there's the water again, right outside the window. It's like we're on a boat. I have 3 more wheels here, so people can throw right next to each other and they learn from each other at the same time as from me. Damp cupboards. View down the studio again. It was really stormy earlier today, but the rain has sort of stopped a little bit now. I have 8 students coming in on Saturday, so there's their clay. And then we have little cubbyhole storage places for the students to work and keep their stuff. Aprons, shoes and whatever. Lots of banding wheels, lots of tools. I have lots of texture playthings in these drawers down here, and there's another one of those sets of drawers over there, which actually, it's just playthings basically. Some books for reference. Most people get everything off Pinterest these days, but we do have books. Walking down the studio from the other side now. Lots of clay ready for the winter, because I only get clay delivered in the spring and in the fall. This is my clay recycling station here, where all the slops from the wheels and anything else gets slaked down in buckets, and then we pour them on this concrete board. It's basically 2 thick pieces of concrete, so it doesn't break down like plaster Paris. And I have a fan blowing down on it to dry it out. And there's a little glazed panel for my gas kiln outside. I only fire the gas kiln in the summer months. In the winter it's mostly electric. Now this is a quirky building. We do not have running water in here. So I have developed a system where we actually recycle all of our water. So it's basically 3 buckets, 3 large tote buckets basically. One's clear for rinsing hands, one's for intermediary, and then one's for washing the clay pans from the wheels in. So that one gets really dirty. And it works great. 8 years now, we've never needed running water. I have to have rain barrels to actually get the water. In the winter, we just conserve water as much as possible. This is my kiln area. I also have a pug mill down there, which I'm not using at the moment, but I will be after the classes are finished. I have a small kiln, 3 or 4 cubic feet, electric. And then I have 3 Bailey Tucker kilns. One's 10 cubic feet, and then I've got 2 7s. I have a venting system, as you can see, hanging over the top that's on a rail. So whatever kiln I'm firing, I can actually slide the vent above that kiln. It's just what they call a venter kiln, I think. But I'm firing student work at the moment, so we're just preheating some kilns. I have a little glaze area where we can play with slip trailers and sponges and whatever anybody needs, and then we are totally loaded with glazes. I have, as I heard Philip Rogers in England say, buckets are us. I have about 30 glazes, mostly 5-gallon buckets, but then I do have some smaller ones too. And like I said, we're actually just started classes, so I have a lot of student work hanging around. I like to keep things fairly organized. And there's another test for the electric kiln. Things do obviously look very different between electric and gas. Alright, this is my studio. So basically I will follow up with another video. There's the damp cupboards again later today. 2 more wheels here. One's for red clay, that's the one there, and there's the little strong arm on the top of it there for centering really large pieces of clay. That's available from a guy in New York. It's called Strong Arm, and it will help you center 50 pounds of clay if you need to. And then there's 2 more wheels over here as well. So we have about 13 wheels in the building. And alright, well, I hope I didn't make you too dizzy. I'm planning on doing a little video as I throw some balls later today. So we'll post both of these. And there's my cat sleeping nicely. Her name is Poubelle. If you speak French, you know I found her in a dumpster. But okie doke. That's where I tend to work, right by the window when I'm doing hand building. Thanks for joining me. I hope I didn't waste too much of your time, and I'll talk to you again soon.